What if I told you that everything in your life, the joy, the heartbreak, the triumphs, and the struggles, wasn't random? What if the people who shaped you, the lessons that tested you, and even the moments that shattered you were all chosen by one person? You. Before you ever took your first breath, before your soul entered this world, you stood in a place beyond time, beyond form, beyond human understanding. A place where choices are made, contracts are formed, and destinies are set into motion. It was there, in that sacred space, that you decided everything about your life. You chose your family, your soulmate, and even the obstacles you would face. You selected your challenges not as punishments, but as opportunities, because your soul knew that every hardship would forge you into something greater. But here's the real twist. You didn't make these choices alone. There were forces guiding you, ancient spiritual guides, cosmic intelligence, and divine wisdom, all whispering insights about the life ahead. Yet, even with their guidance, the final decision was yours. That's because your soul has always held free will, even in the realms beyond this one. Think about it. That person who broke your heart, you knew them before this life. That soulmate who feels so familiar, they have walked beside you through countless lifetimes. That family dynamic that challenges you every day, it was chosen with precision to teach you patience, resilience, and unconditional love. Every person in your life is part of a grander design, a soul contract written long before you arrived here. Many ancient traditions, from Hermeticism to Buddhism, Hinduism to mystical Christianity, speak of the soul's journey through multiple lifetimes. They teach that reincarnation is not random, it is an intricate, divine process in which each lifetime offers a chance to evolve, grow, and awaken to a higher truth. The world we live in, with its contrasts of light and dark, joy and sorrow, is not just a place we exist in. It's a spiritual school, a place where we come to refine our divine nature through experience. The soul, in its purest state, exists in absolute unity with the divine. In this state, there is no separation, no fear, no suffering, only love, only oneness. But even in this state of perfection, the soul yearns to expand. It desires experience. It longs to understand itself beyond the realm of pure consciousness. And so, it chooses to incarnate. It descends into the physical world, taking on form, stepping into the illusion of separation, and immersing itself in the full spectrum of human emotion. But incarnation is not easy. From the moment the soul enters a body, it forgets where it came from. It forgets the divine wisdom it once knew. The physical world is dense, heavy with duality. The soul feels disconnected, lost, longing for something it cannot quite name. This feeling, this deep, unshakable yearning, is what many describe as homesickness for the divine. Yet, even in this state of forgetfulness, the soul is never alone. Spiritual guides walk beside it, whispering reminders, nudging it toward its true path. These guides communicate through intuition, synchronicities, dreams, and moments of profound clarity. But here's the catch. The soul has free will. It can choose to listen, or it can ignore the signs, walking through life unaware of the deeper purpose behind it all. Still, Nothing is truly lost. Every experience, even the painful ones, serve a purpose. Every mistake, every heartbreak, every moment of suffering, it is all part of the journey. Karma, often misunderstood as a system of punishment, is not about retribution, it is about balance. Every action, thought, and intention creates ripples that eventually return to the soul, not as punishment, but as a way to teach, to guide, to help the soul understand the consequences of its energy. And then comes the most mysterious phase of all. What happens after death? The moment the physical body ceases, the soul transitions into the interlife, a realm beyond time, beyond physical constraints, where it is free to reflect on its journey. In this state, there is no judgment, no punishment, only understanding. The soul undergoes a life review, reliving its choices, feeling not only its own emotions, but the emotions it caused in others. This is not done to shame or condemn, but to teach. It is here that the soul sees the full impact of its actions, recognizing where it has grown and where it still has lessons to learn. And then, a decision must be made. Will the soul choose to return, to experience another lifetime, another set of lessons? Or has it reached a point where it no longer needs to reincarnate? The ultimate goal of the soul is not to remain in the cycle of reincarnation forever, but to transcend it, to reach a state of divine awareness where incarnation is no longer necessary. But how does one break free? How does the soul step off the wheel of reincarnation and return to its original, divine state? The answer lies in awakening. The more conscious the soul becomes within the human experience, the closer it gets to liberation. When a soul fully remembers its divine nature, when it masters love, forgiveness, and selflessness, when it no longer clings to illusions of ego and materialism, it begins to transcend the cycle. This is why spiritual teachings across cultures emphasize self-awareness, compassion, and enlightenment. It is not about religious dogma, nor is it about rigid belief systems. It is about remembering who you truly are, a divine being having a temporary human experience. It is about stepping into your full power, realizing that you are not a victim of fate, but the creator of your reality. So now, ask yourself, if your soul has chosen every aspect of your life, what lesson is it trying to teach you right now? Are you resisting it, or are you embracing it? Every experience, no matter how painful, is a stepping stone toward your higher self. And the sooner you awaken to this truth, the sooner you reclaim your divine power. Perhaps the most profound realization of all is this: you are not here by accident. You never have been. Everything, every joy, every sorrow, every relationship, every challenge is unfolding exactly as it should. You are walking the path your soul designed long before you were born. And the most beautiful part? You still have the power to choose where you go from here. Your soul is speaking. The question is, are you ready to listen? Life is more than just a series of random events. It is a carefully woven tapestry of experiences, each thread connected to a greater spiritual journey. Every soul embarks on this journey with a purpose, carrying with it the lessons, energy, and karma from past lifetimes. The choices we make, the relationships we form, and the struggles we endure are not coincidences. They are part of a grand design, a path carefully constructed to help us evolve. A soul that has caused harm in one lifetime may choose to experience a similar situation in the next to understand the pain it once inflicted. This is not a punishment, but a way to cultivate empathy and wisdom. Similarly, acts of kindness and generosity create ripples across lifetimes, returning as blessings, opportunities, and moments of divine grace. Everything is connected, and the universe ensures that no action goes unnoticed. The lessons we need to learn will always find their way to us, whether through love, loss, success, or hardship. Before reincarnating, every soul engages in a sacred process of planning. It forms soul contracts, agreements with other souls about the roles they will play in each other's lives. These contracts outline relationships such as family bonds, romantic partnerships, friendships, and even difficult connections with those who challenge us. A soul may choose to be born into a particular family to develop patience, unconditional love, or resilience. Two souls may decide to reunite as lovers, exploring trust and devotion in ways they could not in previous lifetimes. Even the most painful relationships, a rival, a toxic partner, or a difficult parent, may have been chosen to teach invaluable lessons in strength, forgiveness, and self-worth. Despite this careful planning, nothing is set in stone. Free will remains a powerful force, allowing souls to shape their destinies with every decision they make. A soul might plan for a significant challenge, but ultimately choose a different path. The universe is always adapting, creating new opportunities to ensure that the soul continues its journey of growth. No experience is wasted, and even detours are woven into the grand design. Souls rarely travel alone. They incarnate within soul groups, clusters of spirits that evolve together across multiple lifetimes. These groups act as spiritual families, appearing in different roles throughout time, sometimes as siblings, parents, mentors, or even adversaries. The deeper the connection between two souls, the more likely they are to find each other again and again, each time supporting and challenging one another in new ways. Some connections run even deeper. Soulmates reunite to fulfill a shared purpose, while twin flames, two halves of the same soul, embark on a journey of intense transformation, seeking unity and balance. Once a lifetime comes to an end, the soul undergoes a life review, reflecting on its experiences, choices, and the impact it had on others. There is no judgment, only understanding. The soul sees not just its actions, but also the emotions and perspectives of those it affected. It feels their joy, their pain, and their struggles as if they were its own. This review is not meant to shame or punish, but to offer deep wisdom, allowing the soul to recognize the patterns it must break and the lessons it has yet to master. With this newfound clarity, the soul begins preparing for its next incarnation. This process is deeply intentional, with several key decisions shaping its new journey. The soul chooses physical traits, including gender, appearance, and even health conditions, each carefully selected to align with its mission. It determines the family dynamic that will provide the support or challenges needed to foster growth. A soul seeking to develop self-worth may choose a nurturing family, while one needing to build resilience might enter a more difficult environment. Even broader factors such as socioeconomic status, cultural background, and historical period are carefully chosen, each influencing the soul's opportunities and struggles. Some major life events, such as meeting a significant person, facing a life-altering challenge, or achieving a milestone, are pre-planned, ensuring that the soul is guided toward its spiritual evolution. However, nothing is rigid. The soul retains full autonomy, allowing it to respond to life's twists and turns in unique ways. If a planned challenge is avoided, new opportunities will arise, ensuring that the necessary lessons are still learned. Before returning to the physical realm, the soul crosses the veil of forgetting. This veil serves a crucial purpose. It allows the soul to fully experience life as if for the first time, unburdened by memories of past incarnations. If we remembered everything, our choices would be influenced by past fears, regrets, or attachments, making genuine spiritual growth impossible. However, the soul is never completely lost. Subtle reminders of its purpose manifest as instincts, dreams, or an unshakable inner calling. Certain places, people, or experiences may feel eerily familiar, triggering a sense of déjà vu, a whisper from the past, guiding the soul back to its intended path. Reincarnation is not an endless cycle, but a process of refinement, a gradual ascent towards spiritual enlightenment. Until a soul masters certain lessons, it will continue to return, each lifetime offering new challenges and opportunities. What determines the next incarnation? It all comes down to karma, energy, and unfinished contracts. Karma is not about punishment, but about balance, ensuring that every soul experiences the consequences of its actions in order to grow. Liberation from reincarnation is not about escaping life, but transcending its illusions. It is about awakening to the truth that the soul is not separate from the divine, but an extension of it. Enlightenment is not an end, but a transformation. A soul that reaches this state does not lose its individuality. It simply sheds the illusions that create separation. Some enlightened souls choose to remain in the higher realms, existing in a state of infinite peace and creativity. Others return not out of karmic obligation, but out of love, becoming guides, teachers, and spiritual beacons for those still navigating the cycle of rebirth. Achieving liberation is a gradual process, requiring deep inner work. The soul must cultivate self-awareness, recognizing the attachments and fears that tether it to the material world. Meditation, mindfulness, and introspection help it detach from the constant pull of desires and distractions. Healing past karma is essential. Through forgiveness, self-reflection, and acts of compassion, the soul frees itself from the energetic ties that keep it bound to reincarnation. True detachment does not mean withdrawing from life. It means fully experiencing love, success, and joy without clinging to them for fulfillment. A soul that has mastered this can live with profound peace, untouched by external circumstances.